Attention! The movie guys love movies. Any comments made about anyone suffering a personal and career-ending tragedy after having played the invincible Man of Steel are purely for entertainment purposes only. Isn't that right, Brandon Routh's career?
This is not a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is an actual emergency. If this were a test, the alert you just heard would not have been followed by instructions. But since this is an actual emergency, here are those instructions.
You guys okay?
Oh my God.
You alright, Adam?
That was crazy out there.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to make it in here. Fortunately, I found the tunnel and, was
Karen?
able to...
Wow.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay.
Well, kind of nervous.
Well, everybody, welcome to a rather unusual episode of the movie Showcast. We are now broadcasting in what will most likely be our final broadcast we will ever air from the Movie Guys Bomb Shelter. I should explain, in case of emergencies, our actual Showcast facility, the Admiral's Club, walls itself up and plummets 50 yards below the surface of Burbank, California to this bomb shelter, where we will continue to communicate to you amongst VHS copies of Battlefield Earth and Catwoman.
Yeah, gunshot.
Paul, as you know, though, during any emergency, it's important to just keep going on with life. Do what you normally do. So I think it's best if we just do the show that we would normally do.
You mean do movie previews, talk to guests, that kind of thing?
Excellent. Yeah.
Okay, well, Lee, I don't know if you saw this, but After Earth, The Internship, and The Hangover Part 3 are in theaters now, so the apocalypse is clearly upon us.
Paul, I don't think we have time for any of that shit. I mean, I don't even think we even have time for the top of the show plugs.
You mean explaining to everyone that the movie Showcast, part of the vast and sprawling Movie Guys empire, is ground zero for all things movies and comedy, where we preview what's new in theaters? I mean, normally, that's what our show would do if we weren't, dealing with the world ending outside.
Yes, but you've got no time to tell everyone that each show is filled with rants, sketches, previews, characters, jokes, bits, and more. You just have no time.
Adam's right, Paul. Time is of the essence. With the catastrophic events taking place outside, we really have no time to tell everyone that they can catch our show weekly on iTunes. Just search The Movie Guys.
And not to mention SoundCloud.
Exactly. And we're the fate of the whole Earth, not up in the air right now, allowing us to have more time here on this mortal coil. And you wanted to see the Showcast? You could do that on YouTube.
Oh my God.
People outside are getting restless.
The
crazy.
riding has begun.
They don't have an Admiral's Club to save their lives.
I guess not, but these walls, I thought they were thicker than that. I can hear them perfectly.
So if those people really wanted to use this time wisely, they would go to themovieguys.net where you can really find all of our stuff.
Oh, that's true.
But look, we don't have time for any of that.
No.
We've no time to preview the Seth
time.
Rogen comedy This Is the End and the long-awaited superhero epic Man of Steel. But one thing I would like to do is talk to independent filmmaker Yelena Popovich and actor Alexander Zisiades about their new film LA Superheroes in the second half of the show.
That's a good idea.
I hope they can find their way here.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's going to be a second half of the show to even worry about. What with the disastrous crisis taking place outside?
I mean, there's no time to say follow us on Twitter and at The Movie Guys.
Or at Facebook.com/TheMovieGuys.
Yeah, you're
no
right,
time.
you're right. We need to be thankful for... We found safety here in the bomb shelter, safely huddled amongst copies of Mara's Needs Moms and Alexander. So what the hell is going on outside anyway? What have you guys been seeing?
Paul, I think there's a biological apocalypse happening outside.
Okay, I should bring this up. Is that why you're wearing the mask this whole time? Has the air turned toxic?
Oh, no. The dog farted in the car on the way over here.
Yeah.
But there was a brown cloud hovering over the city.
Oh, that's always there. This is L.A.
Yeah, and then John Cusack gave me a ride here to the show in his limo.
Okay, did you see a movie premiere anywhere?
No.
Was he charmingly aloof or was he serious and harried?
Serious and harried.
Okay, that might mean trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, Paul,
That could be the apocalypse.
No, I think it's the robo-apocalypse is happening.
Whoa, that's
Holy
worse.
Shit, really?
Yeah, I just saw a T-800 disguised as a sheriff from a small Texas town, and he was, trying to stop people from, doing stuff. So they're taking over, man.
Okay, look, I think actually that you saw Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Last Stand. It's on Blu-ray.
No, Paul, I'm telling you, the robots are taking over. They're turning our technology against us.
I doubt that.
Yeah, well then how do you explain my credit card being rejected at Chuck E. Cheese?
What the hell were you doing at Chuck E. Cheese?
And someone keeps hijacking my computer with porn sites.
Look, I've told you before, just turn on the pop-up blocker on your web browser.
Well, listen to what Siri just told me.
You are all going to die. This has been a message from Cyberdyne Systems.
Whoa.
Okay, that might be a problem.
Yeah. Paul, I'm pretty sure we have a zombie apocalypse actually on us.
Are you?
Upon us.
Is that right?
Yeah. No, I mean, the robo-apocalypse theory, I understand that. But today, I saw all these people walking around mindless, humorless, and without expression.
You work in an office, right?
Oh, okay. All right, true. But then tonight, I saw someone eating brains.
Adam, you live in Koreatown.
All right, fine. But how do you explain that I saw on the news, I just saw that Cillian Murphy is the only person left living in London?
Okay, well, that might be something.
That's apocalyptic.
Look, guys, there just might be a robo-zombie biopocalypse.
Not a robo-zombie biopocalypse.
That's easy for you to say.
As we discussed before, what can you do about it? Stuck here amongst these copies of The Adventures of Pluto Nash and Cutthroat Island. I say we go on. I say we go on and we talk about This Is the End, right? The new comedy from Seth Rogen. Hollywood comedians tackle the apocalypse.
I'm certainly in the mood.
Yeah,
But
now.
will they provide more laughs than all of those Left Behind books? Let's find out.
This is the end, beautiful friend.
And you thought running out of Jell-O shots was a bummer. While attending a party at James Franco's house, Hollywood's hottest alt-comedy A-listers, and Craig Robinson, are confronted with Judgment Day and the end of times as fire and brimstone rains down on Tinseltown.
A party at James Franco's house. What could possibly go right?
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Press reports are saying that, to be authentic, Franco actually got high for the role.
Well.
And again, he gets high for every role, but here it actually counts as character prep. Oh, if only Smell-O-Vision were still around.
Aziz Ansari, Jonah Hill, Danny McBride, Michael Cera. This is a who's who of people Seth Rogen could potentially butt dial. And they all seem certain to meet their doom. So you know what that means, don't you? It means if he can somehow make it through the apocalypse, then Joe Piscopo's back on top, baby.
If you enjoy watching Michael Cera getting sliced by a lamppost or Aziz Ansari getting face kicked to his death,
Yeah.
then this film is for you. And Rihanna dies, so I'll go.
Oh, yeah. Sign me up.
And Chris Brown gets to stick around. Unfair. And did Jonah Hill gain weight for this role?
Yes, though no one asked him to.
Holed up in the swanky Hollywood Hills home of a movie star when the world ends? Must be nice.
Figures. With my luck, I get stuck in the slab ranch in Canoga Park with ranchero music blaring from next door and a chicken running through my backyard. Nevertheless, let's play a clip from this film.
What you want, son? We should just stay in here, fortify this bitch, and take inventory of all the food we have.
We got 12 bottles of water, 56 beers, Nutella, CT Crunch, a Milky Way.
Can I have that Milky Way? No, you can't have the Milky Way. It's my special food. I like it.
I want some of the Milky Way.
I'd be pretty bummed if I don't at least get a bite of the Milky Way. What you want, son?
Since this is patterned after the book of Revelations, here's my biggest revelation. They still make Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
This Is the End seems to be starting off at the box office with good numbers, but Superman is right around the corner. If overall this bombs, Rogen, Franco, and the gang are never going to live this one down, or at least never go to another Hollywood party again.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I want to see that.
Hey everybody, Rogen and Franco are here. Oh man, the world's going to end.
But I'm with you, Karen. I was surprised homemade cinnamon toast crunch still existed. But what cracks me up about that ad campaign is that they promote it as homemade cinnamon toast. It tastes just like homemade. Have you ever had the boil in a bag cinnamon toast? Did you get the microwave cinnamon toast? No, all cinnamon toast is homemade.
That's a good point. There is no like microwavable cinnamon toast.
And the stuff you order out at the restaurants is always horrible.
That's true.
Who
good
makes
point.
cinnamon toast?
I
Show
make
of
cinnamon-
hands.
I do.
Cinnamon
Oh,
toast
yes,
or cinnamon
I
French
do.
toast?
Really?
Absolutely.
Cinnamon
I
toast,
don't
absolutely.
think this is French toast, honey.
No, it's just
No.
toast. But
Yeah, I don't have that kind of time.
French toast cereal I would eat.
This brings up a good point. Is cinnamon toast crunch French toast or regular toast?
It is
A good
regular
question.
toast. It is regular toast because they did a special box one time that was French toast. I remember that. They had a
Wow.
special thing where they made
Whoa.
yellower looking cinnamon toast crunch. And it
But
was
it
called the.
still tastes
It's
like
yellow.
Chex with some cinnamon on it, right? Is that just me?
We put yolk coloring in it.
Yeah.
I remember when Cookie Crisp came out, and I thought,
I
this
love
is
Cookie Crisp.
throw the rule book out the window. We are now eating miniature cookies in cereal
Okay.
for breakfast.
The thing that's the problem with that, I love that for two reasons. One, I love cookies and milk. And two, there's a dog on the box, and that's awesome. The little burglar dog.
There's a dog on this
Yeah.
Cookie Crunch.
The little Cookie Crunch has burglar, his little guy.
Oh, okay.
And so does RCA.
Oh, that's awesome too. But the only thing is,
Delicious.
RCA does it rip up the top of your mouth? That bit,
Like Captain Crunch?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Captain
God.
Crunch and Cookie Crisp.
Captain
you have
Crunch
to let
should be fucking illegal because
Yeah.
it just destroys your mouth.
Your mouth.
Have you ever tried to eat an RCA? It's horrible on your mouth.
That could be hard.
Kids can eat Captain Crunch because they heal quicker than adults. But adults should not eat Captain
No,
Crunch.
it's hard on your body.
I bet you Seth Rogen and everybody sits around, they have conversations like this, and
And
they go,
then
they go, all right, CT Crunch reference, done.
Yeah.
That's so hip of you, Paul. CT Crunch. Well
CT
done.
Crunch.
Is that what the kids are calling it?
And that's what they called it in the trailer.
Oh, did they?
The
CT
trailer.
Crunch?
And this is just an absolute hipster fest of funny people.
Oh, I know.
They're
It's
having
great.
a blast, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a dream. It's a Dreamcast, but then that doesn't always go right because like Mystery Men was a Dreamcast.
Yeah.
But this is like a Dreamcast doing like dream stuff written by them. It's just a completely it's like a Clubhouse gang. Like turn on the camera and get the Clubhouse gang together, and I'll just watch the Clubhouse gang do anything.
Yeah, wiseassery will abound with a written by credit. So I wonder
Yeah.
really how much just they're fucking around and how much is written.
Yeah.
I mean, Rogan writes a good, funny line, but I bet you that's like, Danny McBride, just say some stuff and we'll roll, and then, we'll take the best thing.
He can turn anything into just awesomeness. Like
Yes.
the attitude that Danny McBride brings to every sentence he speaks is rather pleasant.
Yeah, he makes it thick with, like, asshole. most of the time.
Yeah, oh my God, he's just the best dickhead ever. And that is the great thing.
That's the worst cereal. Thick with asshole.
Thick
Thick
with
with
asshole.
That messes up your mouth.
I take thick without.
TWA
Horrible.
Crunch.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you were saying.
Forget what I was
He
saying.
takes something.
No.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I'm going to this movie. And I can't believe I haven't yet because it
Right.
opened yesterday. We're previewing it, and it opened already, and I'm not happy about that.
It's
I
the
should
end of
have
the
seen it
world. What
already.
were we supposed to do? Can't just go willy-nilly running
What
around
is going
town
on out there, isn't
seeing movies.
Does your webpage refresh to Yahoo News?
Does not.
Oh, well, then you might not know this story. I love people who go, hey, did you hear? Yeah, I have the internet. I heard this too.
Yeah.
But I will bring up the fact that it turns out when they were originally shopping this, they wanted Daniel Radcliffe to play the James Franco role.
Oh.
So they
for real?
Yeah, like 2 years ago or a year ago, they gave it to Daniel Radcliffe. And who's the other guy? Not Seth Rogen. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. His writing partner,
Oh, Evan Goldberg.
Evan Goldberg. Was quoted as saying, "Well, he turned it down because it was shitty," and it was. They said it wasn't quite where they wanted it, and Daniel read it and he was like, nah,
Right, with
I
James
passed.
Franco. That's where
Well,
where I would want
It
it.
seems like a natural. You'd think they'd have written it for him. What I was going to say was, like, they're all playing themselves, but in the best manner possible, they're playing dickhead versions of themselves,
Right.
which is what, like, always,
Except for Rihanna.
Rihanna. Yeah, she's not playing
a
the dickhead
likable
version of
version.
herself.
A likable version of
You're going to
herself.
say the Rat Pack, kind of like the Rat Pack used to?
The Rat Pack. No, I was thinking of like the TV show Extras. Like everybody on that, like,
Yeah.
plays
Yeah.
a dickhead version of themselves.
See, and that's where Daniel Radcliffe was a dick, too, at one
he was
point.
on
So
that.
it might have
Yeah.
been familiar ground for him to do
But
that.
these guys are just going to play great dickhead versions of themselves, I think.
What does it say if you're not in this movie? It has so many great celebrities, and then they
Well,
didn't call you.
We're
so
not
it's
in this
like,
movie, Paul, so I don't think it says much.
Well, if you're an A-lister.
I don't think it means much.
Either you're doing this podcast or you're going to be in Grown Ups 2.
That's really how Hollywood operates.
Now, the thing that sold me on this movie first was
Busy doing grown-ups too.
I couldn't do the podcast tonight.
the internship didn't look funny. It wasn't. Hangover 3 didn't look funny. It wasn't. This looks funny, and I think it also may have benefited from a Red Band trailer.
What does that mean?
It means that it's uncensored.
I
Oh.
learned,
Can
I
be shown
learned
in
this
front of
recently
R-rated
too.
trailer.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's
Boobies.
R-rated. It's not totally uncensored, but it's R-rated.
Are there boobies in Red Band trailers?
There can be.
I'm trying to remember Piranha 3 Double D. They had a Red Band trailer, right?
Yeah.
But there were no real boobies in there. Not real ones.
My Piranha 3 Double D knowledge is shallow.
Oh, well,
It's more than most, is what you should have said there.
I got it all mapped out for you if you need
Right.
it.
We did
I don't know
preview it.
shit.
I could tell someone that Hasselhoff is in that movie. My
Right.
grandma couldn't tell you that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I think when you can for a comedy, if you got the goods, go Red Band trailer. There's a Red Band trailer out now for Meet the Millers, where Lee, you're going to want to see this. Jennifer Aniston is a stripper.
Whoa, there you go.
The trailer is,
She really is just
Ideal.
the sexiest woman out there.
I think so.
Yeah.
Ideal.
Yeah.
She is. She's a perfect combination of cute and gorgeous and sexy and innocent and slutty and I digress.
I think we need to leave Lee alone.
That closes this.
All right,
And she
yay.
plays herself.
Now, what these guys were
Listen to Lee play
bitchy
himself.
version.
what these guys were missing to ensure their safety was some kind of survival guide at the end of the world.
That's true.
And I think it's safe to say we watch a lot of movies, so we kind of know what to expect. But to fill everyone else in, the government has actually issued a pamphlet letting you know how to prepare and what to do during a potential world-ending emergency. I got one for everybody. They're right here in the bomb shelter, and under this copy of Event Horizon and next to Treasure Planet. Do you see it there?
Please move larger than life so I can get my
Move the
pamphlet.
postman out of the way and go ahead and grab yourself
I'm putting this Bill Murray larger
That thing
than
right
life
there.
where
Here in
everyone
the
can
bomb shelter.
see it in the movie Bomb Shelter.
Now, we should go over this
Ooh.
for everybody at home. So,
Oh, this is handy stuff here, actually.
End of World Survival Guide. How to survive
Oh,
a
yes.
robo-apocalypse.
Oh, good. Well, because we aren't sure if what we're going through.
Yeah, there's
Well,
a lot
that's
of-
the first
Robopocalypse?
step is to identify the apocalypse that you are experiencing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which apocalypse are you in?
Which apocalypse is happening now? I'm
What's this tips
convinced.
for a bunch of them.
Now, you're not referring to it in the plural there, but it's just fun to say, isn't it?
Apocalypse? Yeah. That's
Well,
fun to say.
each individual apocalypse of the apocalypse.
There you go.
Ellipses.
So a robo-apocalypse is coming. What do you do?
I would I'd get off the grid.
Yep.
And
Oh.
it says here it's best to go live in the woods, build a colony in the desert. That seems to be. I personally would go full Amish, just full Amish. I would even grow the beard if I had to.
You mean you'd start making quilts and do some good woodworking?
I would, and great beds.
Raise a barn.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Raise a
hide in it.
barn.
Oh, here's something that's interesting, and this is
What?
probably something half of us have already done. Switch to PCs, so there's always a chance that you could give the robots a virus. This is
Oh.
wonderful.
Yes.
You stick with
Yes.
Mac. That's only gonna
sense.
That's only gonna give them an ego, give them a
Right?
fighting chance.
Yeah,
these,
no,
these
you wanna-
robots.
Well, all Macs are made of one substance. I don't know if you know that. They can just absorb it into themselves and
Yes.
become smarter
Yeah.
and faster.
The
But PCs are
I
mostly
mean, the
plastic.
memory cards from
Yeah.
here, and the keyboards from there.
Mostly Play-Doh and Legos,
Buy a
right?
separate
Right.
monitor.
Robo-apocalypse, they say learn to cave paint, which I'm not sure what that.
But
And
you'll be starting your
Well,
technology.
you've got to
over
pass
from
on
scratch.
your pass on the
heritage.
story
Yeah.
of the warrior Macs to the rest of
What
the
happened
You can
here.
do it through cave painting or song if you'd like to.
And then it says finally start hoarding petroleum,
Oh.
jelly, and fuel, which I thought was interesting.
Who knew?
Both.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Might need to be slippery in the
now that
future.
is if it's a robo-apocalypse.
That's good to know.
To in case you have like a Mad Maxian future with no gas.
Was that robo? Yeah, I guess.
And then you need to start the world all over again. You'll need the jelly.
I've been
Jelly?
starting worlds in my bedroom for
I
years.
bet you have.
With that jelly.
I just want to say, Paul, that I'm looking at this handout from the government, and I just want to comment that the government, they spare no expense, but there's no pictures on it.
Well, they don't want to
Normally-
panic anybody.
Well, I figure you can figure it out.
This is on high
It's too many words.
Look, the world has ended. You've got bigger problems than.
Usually they have diagrams.
This
the
isn't
government.
like a safety card in the airplane.
All
This
right.
is serious.
This was printed out on a PC with clip art, not a Mac and Adobe Illustrator.
All right. Well, even though it doesn't have any pictures, I just want to say that also here they have some stuff about how to survive a biological apocalypse, which is what I think
good.
might be
Yeah,
going on.
that's true. Earlier. in
First
the
of all, you're going to need currency, so you need to stock up on your cigarettes and your paper.
Oh.
So
Oh,
this
yes.
pamphlet will be worth something.
And if you smoke, you can join a gang.
Yes, you could be a smoker.
we have
Yes.
plenty of copies of Waterworld here in the bomb shelter.
Oh, so we should also get a jet ski.
Absolutely.
Why would you
Yes.
need a jet ski in a biological?
Because the world will be covered in water.
Yeah.
What are you going to tread water? You can't do that for a
I
while.
got you.
Plus, you want to form up a gang and smoke with them.
Yeah, and it's cool to smoke on a motorcycle, but you can't do a motorcycle because there's water.
They
So you're
won't
in a jet
have
ski.
they won't have CT Crunch gangs in the future. It's all cigarettes. All cigarettes.
Also, I just want to say this is just my own addition. Don't fuck a monkey.
Is that written down there? Because
You should write it all down.
I have
Don't
that.
fuck
Yeah,
a
I have
monkey.
that.
I got to be
All
honest
right.
with you. That's a policy I just maintain in life, no matter
End of
what.
world or no end of world.
it's easy to avoid the viral apocalypse if that's the main cause. I
Yeah.
think.
Now this one's kind of specific. Knock incoming asteroids off their path, but don't shock the phantom wave. I don't know exactly
I have
what
no
that
idea.
means.
That's
Don't know what that means.
sounds like a dance.
I don't know.
Is that the?
Yeah, I don't know.
Phantom, no.
I don't know what it is.
No. That's.
What is it?
Isn't that who's that scientist that said that you could? Oh, Bill Nye.
Bill Nye, the science
the
guy.
science guy.
Not Bill Nighy, the science guy.
No, of course.
And lastly, this one I 100% agree with, and I can't believe I do not have mine on. Wear a tinfoil hat.
Of course.
They are both fashionable and functional.
Well, luckily, it also has some tips here because I told you what I saw earlier and what I saw on the news. But this will help you survive the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, there
well.
it is. I stopped reading after my section, so
I'm
there's more
telling you.
information here.
The zombie.
We don't know what's
apocalypse.
going on 20 yards above us, 50 or
It's
however the
very-
hell.
Yeah,
50
Very
yards
high.
in Burbank right now.
Yeah,
Right.
because we're all secure down here in the bomb shelter
With-
a copy of K9
And snow dogs.
Snow
And
Dogs.
Speed 2.
In Vegetable Classics Lentil. Progresso.
But listen to
For your
this.
bomb
Now,
shelter.
I think, because if I need to go upstairs, if I need to go outside, I want to be able to survive the zombie apocalypse, which is what I'm convinced is happening.
Of course.
Now, it's got all kinds of great tips here, obviously, to, avoid, because the zombies enjoy brains. So marry a Kardashian.
Oh,
Yes.
There you go.
We'll
That's
be
a good move.
devoid of zombie food
They're not
right
gonna,
quick.
No swarming. No swarming zone in that house, right?
yeah. The zombies are not knocking on that door looking for brains.
Yeah, you've seen World War Z. There's no swarming around the Kardashian house.
I do like speaking of the Kardashians, I do like a good shawarma.
Ooh.
Isn't that Armenian? That's an Armenian dish, right?
What is with you tonight? I'm telling you.
Move to L.A. No brains there.
Oh, there you go. We're in a safe zone.
There's
I
another.
think Lee just
another-
proved that. So we're set.
That's it. Everybody out of the shelter. We're fine.
We're fine.
And of course, red states are going to become a little more safe zones, a little more a good place to go. Of course, for the dumb people.
Right.
Oh, the brains.
Are you
Yes.
again
brains.
saying the brains? Oh.
Yeah, well,
Mississippi,
most of
Georgia.
the tips here are just kind of flock around dumb people. Now, I happen to know some smart people in the Midwest, of course. So you really got to be careful. You can't just go broad. But I would say. A comedy show. Oh, where Dollywood, probably a good place to go.
I've been to Dollywood, and that is a good place
That's
to
go safe because
go.
you are going to find lots and lots of pockets of smart people and stuff like that. But I don't know, Dollywood on a good day. Even smart people that go there get a little dumber. I think
We
you're just
did.
good. Yeah.
I think you're looking for more, but I think all you're going to get with a zombie apocalypse plan is just stay away from brains.
Yeah,
You can't even give much more advice than that. Really.
Yeah, the last tip here is go to community college because Yale obviously going to be.
They're gonna
World
be-
War Z takes place largely in Yale.
In New Haven.
You know-
Mostly in New Haven.
I was just kind of going through your list of zombie apocalypse things.
Oh, it's
Adam,
the government's list.
The government's list.
Yes.
I think you should just hang around with me. I've done all these things except marry a Kardashian. So
You're safe.
I'm safe.
Wait a minute,
just
Karen.
hang out with me.
You've been holding out on us. You got a jet ski?
No, I'm not ready for the biological
Oh,
apocalypse.
okay. I was like,
So that's it. That's what the government recommends. You can just don't hang around Roland Emmerich. I think is really the only thing you got to worry about.
stay safe,
Hey,
America.
that was currency. You should hold on to that.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna smoke that list later.
Yeah.
That's
When
how
we
they
go to-
start.
Apocalypse jail. You get cigarettes and paper.
That's
Great.
right.
Now, just if you didn't crinkle up your
I did
pamphlet,
not.
just put it there on the table next to the copy of Ishtar and Land of the Lost. That's perfect. Now, should the world survive the antics of a gaggle of stoned LA comedians, it will still need saving. And there's no one better to call on than Superman, subject of the next film Lee and I will be previewing.
Nice.
Man of Steel.
So exciting. Getting exciting.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's finally a fucking decent Superman movie. We hope.
After a decade of comic book action movies, the most powerful and famous superhero in comics finally makes a big screen appearance after holding the door for Hawkeye, Blade, and Ghost Rider twice.
This is the first time since 1986 that Superman has appeared on the big screen, unless you count 2006's Superman Returns. And who would?
IMDb describes the film like this. A young journalist is forced to confront his secret extraterrestrial heritage when Earth is invaded by a member of his race. Okay, all right. That's one way of putting it. If you want to completely undersell the story, that's fine. It's kind of like saying The Godfather is about a boy who's trying to take over the family business.
Once again, we are told of Superman's origin, how he was sent to Earth as the lone survivor of Krypton, a planet that blew up after it missed a vital warning when they fell asleep during Al Gore's PowerPoint lecture.
Now, this will be some little boy or girl's introduction to Superman, and I couldn't be more jealous. Granted, my introduction to Superman was Christopher Reeves.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
But this time, Kal-El's story is cast in the mold of an alien invasion movie. Because coming from another planet, that's technically what Superman is. An illegal alien. Literally.
I'm sorry, but we don't call them illegal aliens anymore. We use the term undocumented intergalactic savior species. Or as I like to refer to them, dreamers. But in true American hero fashion, Superman is played by a Brit, Henry Cavill.
Superman's home planet of Krypton is given some really eye-popping screen time with an entire galactic war preceding its demise. The alien invasion is at the hands of General Zod.
Kneel before Zod!
If you've seen the trailers, you know Michael Shannon looks really pissed about that crew cut. Stuck somewhere between Russell Crowe's hair and Gladiator and just a few locks shy of Dumb and Dumber's Jim Carrey, Shannon plays Zod. But I have to admit, June feels weird. No movie with The Rock in it yet?
Aww. When an alien transmission announces the invasion, Earth looks for a Christ symbol to save it. And as usual, when the Christ appears, they put him in handcuffs. Good call, dumb people. You've got Superman in handcuffs. Now what are you going to do? Hey, don't make me break out the batons.
And Jesus, the Jesus comparisons are heavy-handed. He's not of this world. He's raised by adopted parents, expected to be an outcast. His real dad says everyone will end up following him like a god. He shows up anywhere at a moment's notice, walks on water, grows a beard, catches fish. Christ. They mean Christ.
Unlike the Superman the movie, the film so proud of its format that it put it in the title, this one promises no kryptonite and no Lex Luthor. And unlike the original Superman TV serials, he won't be fighting mostly gangsters.
Luckily, the CW has filled in the 8 years where he didn't fly, so we can skip that part here.
Oh.
The film was directed by Zack Snyder, director of 300 and Watchmen, not Zack Snyder, director of Sucker Punch and Legends of the Guardians, The Owls of Galul.
Snyder's adapted 2 comics to the screen, so I'm sure some geek somewhere's pissed that they picked him. Because that's what they do. They also can't believe Man of Steel is an origin story. Like you can find a 20-year-old who's seen the 1978 Superman. This is like the new Coke of Superman movies.
Oh.
Also a joke for the 20-year-olds out there.
Whenever there is a dramatic reboot of an iconic franchise, there's always some trepidation.
Don't fuck this up, Mitchell!
Not since the Bible has a legendary franchise been rebooted so many different times with so many different churches of thought.
But now Superman is back in black, or at least a muted color of blue. Every trailer for this movie has this gray color to it.
Yeah.
And can someone adjust the contrast button on the movie screen, please? I don't like squinting to see my superheroes.
And like you and I at a job interview, Superman's showing just how serious he is by not wearing his underwear on the outside of his pants.
Apparently, years of using his X-ray vision confused the Man of Steel, who tricked himself into thinking that you always wear your underwear where people can see it.
In fact, Joel Schumacher turned down the opportunity to direct this latest installment of Superman, saying, well, if they aren't going to have him prancing around in the red bikini briefs, then you've left me nothing to work with. Adding that he would only direct it if they kept the red briefs, and only the red briefs.
But it,
See, he kind of gauged things up.
I guess.
but in the end,
And he made Batman.
in the end, they went like the most recent incarnation of Spider-Man, with a costume made out of basketball.
It's nice to see Superman with his own real muscles instead of relying on a well-sculpted costume to give him that superhero physique. Not that I'm pointing any fingers, Batman.
But no matter how you slice it, the plot of the Superman movie is simple. Earth is attacked, and he must save all of mankind. Now sit back and enjoy.
I will. That was a super preview.
That was a lot.
I mean, there's talk this could be the biggest movie of the year, and we had to go on.
Early returns are mixed. I have very
reviews.
Yeah.
Early reviews never matter.
Well,
But yeah, it might be a bad movie.
I don't think so. I think I've mentioned to both of you that I have a very good friend who's a very astute moviegoer, and he mentioned that it's kind of thin on plot, and I am thankful for that. Like I said, I just want Zod to invade. Superman needs to save the day. Sit back. There you go.
Yeah.
I just need some heroism. If I see me some heroism big on the screen, I'm into it.
I remember when The Matrix Reloaded came out. That was the second one, right?
Yeah.
And people were saying, look at Neo fly in this. So we are right around the corner from a great Superman movie. Oof. And then Superman Returns came out. So hopefully we're once again right around the corner from a great Superman movie.
I think that I just think I don't know how to say this. I think that this movie is not my kind of movie because Superman is so pure and so simple and so nice and so not.
Who's your superhero?
Iron Man. He's an ass. He's
Rider.
funny. He's sarcastic. He's badass. He drinks. He womanizes. Now he's got that chick and he's okay with Pepper. But that's exciting. He's funny. I don't think Superman's funny.
Yeah, this is a whole different story. This is not even like a human tale. This is like a big galactic tale, I think.
I don't think I'm just saying, as far as like, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with this guy. He's just not funny.
He can be square if you're not careful.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that's what Christopher Nolan, who produced this, and David Goyer, who wrote the big recent Batman movies, are coming in to kind of mix things up. So, I mean, it looks slightly darker. Thankfully, not totally bleak, because you don't need that out of Superman. But I think they might make it more interesting than just a straight good guy versus a straight bad guy.
Oh, I think this is a very nuanced movie. I mean, just in the trailer, they go so much into Krypton and all kinds of stuff that happens on Krypton. Krypton was always like one panel, an exploding planet, and then the rest of the comic book. You know, like it was, there it is. And then, you know.
Oh, and this happened. Then,
yeah.
Do you think there'll be any comedy elements in Krypton? Like, do you think anybody's going to be funny? Is
Russell
Zod
Crowe's
going to be
there.
sarcastic?
He
Anybody?
might be, but Russell Crowe won't be
Russell
funny.
Crowe's not funny.
No, that's what I'm saying. I like
But
funny
it's just
movies.
the planet blows up.
Well, that could
Hilarious,
be funny.
Karen.
Well,
Hilarious.
let's discuss how this isn't a comedy.
But Iron Man's not a comedy, and it's funny.
That's true.
There are, plenty of comic moments.
But making superhero movies funny was like the ultimate, what spelled the doom of superhero movies to begin with.
But that's why Iron Man's
Batman
awesome.
and Robin. Let's watch Batman and Robin sometime. It's hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. This movie, I would go see it if I thought it was going to be cool. I don't think it's going to be cool.
Oh, I think
maybe that's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
it'll be very cool. And
But
I'm
not
sure.
funny.
What's your definition of cool? 'Cause this
Iron
movie
Man
looks cool.
Iron Man is cool and funny.
I think it'll have classic Superman humor, and
Which is?
there's a great scene, and I don't know, you two will correct me on either one or two, where he stops being Superman for a while, and he gets beat up in that diner, and then he becomes Superman again, and he comes back, and he cleans that guy's clock, and Christopher Reeves goes, "Been working out." And it's just the funny, and that's as much humor. That's as much humor as you can hope
that.
for.
I can.
Or exercising, what'd you say, lifting
No,
weights
I
or
can
something.
size that. That can
And then he
be.
pushes.
Well,
his glasses.
as you might be right, as a comedy, this movie might fail.
I'm just saying it doesn't make me
But you
excited to
did
go see
mention
it.
Russell
No, but
Crowe.
I wouldn't expect girls to be excited about this movie anyway.
Yeah, maybe it's not as much of a crossover as like that other movie.
Well, now that they got rid of the briefs, there's nothing for you to look at.
That's right. Now,
Although the guy is hunky. I mean, that's how they suck the girls in. I wouldn't expect a girl to be interested in Captain America, but girls like that movie because he's hunky.
Shirtless Superman. When was the last time we saw a shirtless Superman? Does that happen a lot?
does
I
his
mean,
thing
when
still show
Chris
up?
Reeve was in bed with Lois in the Planet of Solitude, or whatever, the Fortress of Solitude.
No, the poster of Smallville,
The waterbed of
season 1
Solitude.
has
The
him
waterbed.
shirtless.
It sounded like a total geek statement, but it's also true.
Which makes
Wait,
it
did you say it right? Fortress of what?
Fortress of Solitude. I got there eventually. But
Does
yeah,
he-
he's shirtless in bed there with Lois.
Oh,
Got
is
his
he?
arms
Okay.
around her.
I
He looks huge. Christopher Reeve
Yeah.
was huge.
He did.
And Henry Cavill is huge. Brandon Routh was
Cavill?
big,
I said
but
Cavill.
real young. You know, I kind of like that Superman is a man again. I think that's kind of
Yeah.
cool. You know,
I like the fact that they are getting, and I know Smallville existed, but I do like the fact that they're getting into his childhood. It seems like a little bit in this movie where they're talking about him growing up and
and
dealing.
I'm rooting for Kevin Costner.
Oh,
to be
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, Kevin Costner.
I think he's got a good chance.
He's a
in it.
very heroic figure. I always found. I always loved him like as Elliot Ness. You know, like
Yeah.
just very
Robin Hood.
Yeah. He's gonna save the day. I mean, so I really like that. It kind of a superhero of the '90s is his father.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's not going to be funny either.
But will this launch the Justice League plans? Because again, DC I think saw
A long way off.
what Marvel was doing, and with the Avengers, and said, hey, maybe we can bring all these players together.
Wait a
But we
minute.
have footage from the set where they've already started shooting some test footage of Superman and Batman together in scenes.
Oh, well, there's the two heavy hitters.
They're two DC properties.
Gotta get those
and
two together.
Let's play a little clip of the.
Oh, this is
test
kind of an
footage.
exclusive.
It is an exclusive. All right.
Very exclusive.
Yes, I'm here to fight for truth and justice in the American way.
What don't you fucking understand? Give me a fucking answer!
Wow.
How did I not see that
You
coming?
know what?
Paul?
That was funny. I like
There you
that.
go.
I like that.
You would see
knew-
that Superman.
I knew when those two got together, there'd be tension.
There will be tension. Oh, there's more of it. Listen.
Oh, yeah.
But on the whole, meeting you and, gosh, on the whole, I'd say it's been swell.
What the fuck is it with you?
That Batman is funny.
There you go. See, and Superman saying, "Oh, swell."
Swell.
So they've got a long way to go to make him.
It's like he could star in the pajama game.
Batman's good.
I certainly hope this little incident hasn't put you off flying, miss. Statistically speaking, of course, it's still the safest way to travel.
Oh, good for you!
Batman's just
Sake, man,
pissed.
you're amateur.
How great was Christopher Reeve?
Just
I mean, the moment when with the helicopter when he says that, statistically speaking, and everything like that, and then she says, "Who are you?" and he just says, "A friend," and then flies off. And it's just like, oh my god, I'm just in love with that movie.
And we were talking about this the other day,
that role.
He was just perfectly cast for
Oh my
that.
god, look how hard he's been to recast.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever seen anything like it? Jack Nicholson got replaced as the Joker in shorter amount of time than someone could actually replace Christopher Reeve. Because Brendan Ralph, we threw him right out of it. Yeah. No, you're no Christopher Reeve.
Do you think Christopher Reeve looked in the mirror and went, "Yeah, I look like Superman"? That's there I am. That's
like
me.
Before when they make this movie, man, I'm the guy.
I've got to be Superman.
Sitting there twirling his hair down into his
Brendan
forehead.
Ralph. I mean, you get the role of a lifetime. And then
can you imagine what you must think your life is going to be like after being Superman?
If you think about it, he was Superman in the movie, right? And then now we've never heard of him again.
Yeah.
But if you think of the TV series, it was just kind of goofy. And Terry Hatcher was Lois Lane. She's skyrocketed, but this guy,
Dean Cain.
Yeah, Dean Cain. We don't really.
Ralph was in Scott Pilgrim, and he was great in that.
I mean, he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Been able to find
he's
more.
definitely had more of a career than he would have had if he hadn't played Superman.
Sure.
Because he's been in lots of stuff,
yeah.
but a lot of stuff we haven't seen. So,
Right.
But it just,
And Terry Hatcher was
He's not a
definitely the
leading man.
reason. Definitely the reason you watched Lois and Clark.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
the Lois was the reason.
That's wild.
Hubba and a hubba.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, you know what? Actually, we've talked all this time about this movie because it's going to be a huge summer movie, but I haven't played a clip yet. So let me do that.
Hear that.
These
You wanted to hear one
trailers.
earlier. Let's go to this scene here. Michael Shannon as General Zod.
Now
telling
that's why
Earth
I'm going right there.
that time is running short, and they must hand Superman over to him or face dire consequences. Let's
Michael
listen.
Shannon.
My name is General Zod. For some time, your world has sheltered one of my citizens. I request that you return this individual to my custody.
No one fucking likes that!
To Kal-El, I say this.
I will fucking cunt punch the next person I hear doing something like that. And I don't give a fuck, you SO Army. I will fucking assault you.
Surrender within 24 hours or watch this world suffer the consequences.
I apologize, but I really don't give a fuck. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, that's brilliant.
For anyone who does not know, because I was only shown this a couple weeks ago. There is on Funny or Die, Michael Shannon, the most serious actor imaginable, reads a letter from one sorority sister to another sorority sister that is
Brilliant.
to die for, and extremely well shot and extremely
Amazingly
perfectly
acted.
cast. Michael Shannon is a serious
Mashup.
It's so awesome. He's
Movie guys
so
mashup.
funny. Oh my god.
Michael Shannon, Chicago actor.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Now, it's
like
interesting
him.
to think that there hasn't been a Superman movie with this title before. I think that Leo had brought that up at one point.
Yeah, how do you not name a Superman movie Man of Steel?
Well, you probably notice a trend among certain superhero films where the hero's well-known name gets left out of the title.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Turns out it's because of one man's ingenious invention. A guy named Maximilian Kuntz
Oh.
invented an app. It's actually a plug-in for the Google Chrome web browser.
Oh,
Like, oh, cool.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's a
And it's
niche.
called the Tough Guy Title Translator.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, this is the best kept secret in Hollywood right now. It takes everyday superhero names and makes them into epic sounding movies. Now, listen, you just speak right into the computer. I'm going to do this. And
I got a superhero. High
run the first one.
concept.
Here we go. You just speak right into the computer once I hit the button here, and the app will recognize the hero's name. And here we go.
And give you a tough sounding title.
Yeah. Superman.
Man of Steel.
Oh.
All right. That's
Okay,
cool.
so obviously they named this one correctly. They might have used the.
Let me try another one. Batman.
The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, of
You know,
course.
I've wondered how Hollywood comes up with this title, their titles. Clearly, they're just using this technology. I thought somebody was poring over a list of names and
You don't
making
have
a
to
decision.
anymore.
No, it's
No.
all.
Oh, you
it's
can
all
fire
on.
those interns.
Well, we can, I mean, they're naming movies very obvious things, like, the Avengers and the Hulk and stuff. I mean, we should find out what they should be calling these things.
Try it with Captain America.
Ooh,
All right,
there
just
you
yell
go.
it out.
All right.
Go ahead.
Captain America.
Stone Cold Steve Rogers.
That's a catchy title.
I would go see that movie.
That's a catchy
I
title.
would see that movie.
Didn't he win WrestleMania 27?
I think so. He has a
Yeah.
belt.
Yes, he won.
Yeah.
So is it connected to thing? I can just say it
You
out
say it
loud?
out loud, that's
Okay. The Flash.
Lightning's pulse.
Oh,
Lightning
that's pretty
pulse.
quick.
That sounds kind of dirty.
pretty serious.
Yeah, like a porn star name.
All right,
Right?
I'll name one of my favorites because I can go obscure here a little bit. One of my favorite superheroes, Iron Fist.
Iron Fist.
Yeah,
Who's
that?
I don't know who that is.
Martial
All right, just say it out one more time.
Iron Fist.
The Penetrator.
Now that sounds like a porn star.
You? Iron Fist. Actually, you had me at Iron Fist as far as sounding like a porn goes. Let me try another
I
one.
think you might have the wrong plug-in.
Let me try one because this guy always
Yeah.
gets the shaft for being sort of small and weak and not the toughest guy
And
in the
gay.
room.
Yeah.
But if we were to make a big movie out of this guy, let's see, Aquaman.
Ocean Commander.
Oh,
That's pretty tough. Ocean Commander.
That's something Russell Crowe would
that
play.
is way tough.
Russell Crowe is Aquaman. Yeah, you gotta lose a few.
I was looking through some of your old comic books, and I remember this title because this isn't one that you would think Karen would have on the top of front of her mind. Moon Knight.
He's one of my favorites.
Lunar Vengeance.
That is a good name.
That's so
What is
Shakespearean.
Moon Knight's thing? Adam,
Yeah.
tell us.
Moon Knight.
Because I don't know.
Because I can't believe I knew either.
The person who suggested that superhero and his alternate title. Yes, Moon Knight was killed in Egypt and brought back to life by a moon god, and he split into 4 personalities, one of which is Moon Knight, who has incredible superpowers, but only when the moon is full. So he's kind of almost like a human werewolf of sorts. And then he has three other personalities. One's a millionaire, one's a cabbie, and one is a mercenary.
Are any of them funny?
Yes. Yes.
The cabbie's probably a riot.
The cabbie is a riot. He hangs around with a very colorful cast of characters in a local tavern.
All right, I'll make a note to see
local
Moon
diner.
Knight.
All right, we got time for one more. Who wants to do one more?
Try the Green Lantern.
Yeah, there you go.
Say it out loud.
Green Lantern.
Guy with the ring and the lamp with the handle on it and the mask with the hair and the thing on his chest.
That was enjoyable.
That's going to take up the whole movie poster.
Yeah, you use
Can't help that movie, I think. You're just kind of screwed from the get-go with that title.
You know what? As a gigantic superhero movie fan, in fact, Paul, you have known me for a long time. You
Yes.
know that long before even Blade,
Yes.
I was holding superhero film festivals for the release of any superhero movie.
Correct,
No matter how shitty and Judge Dreddy.
And you
right?
you feel horrible right now because you're behind on watching Superman movies to prep for Man of Steel.
I must watch a lot more
This is your
Superman
thing.
before I can go see. Yes, I've got the Superman serial, the Superman TV show, the Superboy TV show from the 90s, or the late 80s, and of course all the Christopher Reeve wonderfulness. But that was not the point I was going to make. The point I was going to make is as a superhero fan, there is a Green Lantern movie. That is crazy. It's so great there's a Green Lantern movie. Like, that movie's not good, but by God, there is a Green Lantern movie. You know, anyway.
Is there a Moon Knight movie?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But boy, if anybody out there needs a script. I got it down.
All right, well, time is ticking, and
Whoa. Do you feel that?
What was that?
Oh.
Oh, my God.
the end of the world is nigh. It doesn't make much sense to take a break, but we're going to do it, and we'll be briefly right back here very soon.
I'm going to go hide under something.
I know.
Get the hell out of here.
Here, hide under these peeled tomatoes.
I'm going to leave. I don't care if you have guests. I'm out of here.
Hide under larger than life.
Well, this could be the last time most of us celebrate a birthday, so let's cut the music and get right to it and go to Karen's look at the birthdays of the people who make the movies.
Ooh.
All right. So since it'll be the last birthdays, I have a couple here that I want to start off our birthday parade this week with a stripper turned writer, Diablo Cody, who turns 34 but can play anywhere from the champagne room hostess to an Oscar winner. Diablo possesses the least attractive quality in a stripper, She reads and writes. Next up, happy birthday to Mr. Tony's Neil Patrick Harris, who turns 39, but can play anywhere from television gay to Liberace gay. He is a one-man triple threat and rocks every year when he hosts the Tonys. He gives the term straight man a whole new meaning. And happy birthday to Shane West, who turns 35, but can play anywhere from... You may remember him from co-starring with Mandy Moore in A Walk to Remember.
I was going to ask.
Or maybe you won't remember.
Please tell me who Shane West is.
I know. That was fun. Okay, and lastly, happy birthday to someone you have heard of, Mr. Gene Wilder, who turns, and please, I hope you're sitting down, 80 years old.
Still alive?
I was going to say, I
Wow.
think I speak for
Wow.
Adam. Adam speaks for me.
He's around.
He's still around? Yeah.
Yeah, he's still around. And
He was a Bonnie and Clyde, so he's up there.
he hasn't done anything really very much in the last 10 years, but he can play anywhere from Jerome Silberman to Avram Belinsky. All right, quick quiz for you guys. Does anyone know what movie Avram Belinsky is from?
Stir crazy.
Cisco Kid.
That's my guess.
Frisco Kid.
Frisco Kid.
Yeah.
Frisco Kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
And does anyone know where Jerome Silberman is from?
Stir crazy.
No.
Transylvania 65000.
No.
Oh, no, sorry. Haunted Honeymoon. I get those two confused. Vibes?
His name is Jerome Silberman.
The Woman in Red.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Ooh, that's a good guess.
I know, this
I
is
like
Evening
that.
Dr. Tricky. Silberman.
Unless I Bonnie and Clyde, I said already, but
No, it's his real name. Yes, happy birthday, Gene Wilder.
all right. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
We are taking a breaklet, and we'll be back with filmmaker Yelena Popovich and actor Alexander Zisiades from the film L.A. Superheroes Illegal in Hollywood. We'll be right back.
Rolling down Imperial Highway.
And we are back, continuing to brand our latter half of the show as the interview segment.
I think that's going to catch on,
I think
Paul.
it will.
I think that's
that doesn't change today as we have in-studio filmmaker Yelena Popovich and actor Alexander Zisiades. So please,
I wanted to point out who is who in case the audience was confused who Yelena was.
Yes.
I think they got it.
I'm just tripping on how dramatic the intro of that song was. I never realized.
Yeah.
That is super dramatic.
It is. There's
I
even a
remember-
sax bit that
and I-
precedes that. That gets
I have
it all
no idea,
melancholy.
but I'm kind of sad now, introspective.
And he's quite the movie musician, right? He does all
Because
the
I'm not an actor, actually. I just faked it. I just conned
Well,
my
I was talking
way.
about Randy Newman, but that's
Both of them.
I just
He
said
is the
20
new Randy
seconds
Newman.
prior, I said I'm not an actor, and he introduces me as an actor, man. I'm just so embarrassed.
Well, listen, regardless of your experience, you were hired as an actor in this film.
Hired.
How did... Oh, that's right.
That's
we're
good,
talking
too.
about indie filmmaking. So yeah, we shouldn't.
Right.
No, he was.
You guys
wanted
are
to be
funny
an actor.
comedians, man. All right, I'll stop. I'm gonna
But he
take
plays a major part. Now, wait, I should get to the name of the film and make sure it gets a full plug here. Yelena directed a film called, or co-directed, I should say, a film called L.A. Superheroes Illegal in Hollywood. Now, this opens in a theater, which is always sexy for independent film, at the NoHo 7 Theater in North Hollywood on June 21st. And Alexander appears in the film.
He wanders through a scene
That's
or
an
two.
accurate assessment.
He walks through, when he says a line, people just react. And I think that's how it goes.
They do.
Because that's mostly acting.
They
is
have.
reacting.
It truly.
And
it'd be
showing
great to
up.
see.
Because he's not vain, so he has to say that.
There you go. Oh, see, now this is
completely
Now let me
embarrassed.
guess. This sounds like it was a great relationship on set.
It was.
You're still here
It was
together.
Subliminal.
You're still showing up.
Sublimeth.
You're still showing up in the same place together, so that's exciting.
That's a good
Right. Well, she's got the cattle prod underneath the
to
table.
keep you in check.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
all right.
all
So, L.A. Superheroes is about your Yelena. You're about your true life experiences now turned into a film.
Well, it's
based on.
It's based on a true life story.
Yep. Explain how. Explain us all the plot.
So it's not a documentary. It's a narrative feature film.
Yeah.
Okay. And go.
Well, I'm not only a struggling actress, ex-model, and happen to be a writer and a co-director.
You're not an ex model. My God, she's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Model. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm
I'm not 13 anymore, so I can't.
Oh,
be
I
modeling
see what you're
or
saying.
something like that.
Yeah.
So
You shouldn't
so
say that.
basically-
Some people might say you still could maybe
Oh.
try to get some modeling
You
work.
still look prepubescent.
Try yeah, anyway.
All right,
So
she's trying-
I'm on top of everything. I was an immigrant, so that made it. It gave me some ideas for a movie that I felt like it was, interesting to watch because through all my struggles. And as you know, everybody struggles in the business anyways, especially if they're in the beginning, and you guys all know that. So just made it more difficult and in some moments more fun, at least for people to watch the movie.
Struggle is fun.
Yes, it is.
So what's the basic premise of the film, though?
Well, it's basically this girl that is aging model actress in Hollywood and an immigrant that basically is forced to operate outside of the law to get her green card because it's probably the last modeling job she was offered, and she's trying to get it done, and she ends up getting busted by the FBI. And
This movie's got everything so far.
I know.
That's right.
It's got
That's
intrigue,
right.
sex appeal. It's
Models.
got FBI.
Go on.
It's very appealing.
And now not only that she doesn't have a career, and it's very difficult for her to make it happen. Now because she had to give her names out of her small time crook friends to the FBI guys. Now she has to watch over her back if she's gonna get whacked or not. So
Oh, good. And there's even a mob connection.
There's a mafia
That's great.
element.
Is that where you,
Hollywood
is that
mafia.
where you come in?
I wish.
Oh.
I wish. I want to play a bad guy in the next installment.
No,
but-
actually, when I thought of the film, like when I thought of the story, I felt like, well, there is a story there, but I need like a comic relief, a guy that can be opposite my character. And of course, who would I
She
think
needed
of
some
but my
artillery.
the Alexander
Some
Zisiades,
firepower.
who I met at Playhouse West, the acting school
Oh, yeah.
in Los Angeles, and that's where we studied. That's where we met.
We're friends in real life, and
Yeah.
the
And-
chemistry and the ideas.
And let it be noted, still friends after the production
After the
wraps.
production,
Somehow,
yeah,
yeah.
that's-
For that.
That is something to say for production.
I haven't killed anybody, so that's good.
No, I don't.
Not yet.
So that's how it happened. And I asked him if he wanted to play himself in the movie, the real life pizza delivery actor slash
Pizza
musician
delivery
guy.
/ musician / professional poker player
Player.
/ sports handicapper
Slash everything.
/
You know, did you? I just have to ask you this because Paul, he's done a ton of these kind of jobs. Have you ever delivered pizzas on a bicycle?
No.
I did that
Actually, no.
in Chicago
On foot.
in the snow.
In this,
Yeah.
you should have just walked. man.
Unpleasant.
It was horrible. It was
I delivered pizzas walking across the street on Wilshire Boulevard. Got pulled over, ticketed for jaywalking across the street.
Well, I've seen a ticket.
3 miles an hour circled on the ticket. Yeah.
I've seen it.
Did you try to bribe him with a slice?
I said, no, I know how to maneuver. I said, hey, man, come on, man. I go to across the street.
I'm walking here.
I deliver to the station. I did, a couple weeks ago. Come on, man. You were
Officer
the one that
O'Malley?
stopped the traffic. Anyway, that's just talking about bicycles and walking. So.
I was just there last week. Sipowicz ordered a double, cheese.
That's crazy.
Sipowicz.
Sipowicz.
So wait, let me play a little clip then that kind of sets that up the whole thing. I think this is from the trailer, and you get the idea that you're trying to be an international traveler with a modeling career, but then there's all sorts of trouble in getting your papers that you need to travel abroad. So let's listen into that real quick.
You need to buy the birth certificate so you can get the passport, so you can go to Paris, do the job, get a career, come back with the money.
That's right, but in this business, there's always a chance that something could go wrong.
That birth certificate is official. It has an official seal on it. Now, we got a woman that works in that building that sees that everything goes smoothly.
What can go wrong?
There you go.
Right? What could go wrong?
That sounds like it kicks ass.
I want to see a movie. It's about a birth certificate. I want to see this movie already. That's all I heard.
That's right. That's
They
right.
make that sound
You wouldn't think you could sex a birth certificate up, but
But they
boom.
It's Yelena.
You want to sex
This
it
is
up.
Hollywood, man. This is a real Hollywood story. We weaved
This
together
probably can only happen in Hollywood.
ridiculous nonsense. That's all true. I mean, or at least
Inspired.
some, precise. I mean, random bits. You talk about a pizza guy stuff. There's a particularly couple of incidents in there that, L.A. stuff, and we show L.A. for what's going on here, man.
You know, it's hard enough just to get an audition. I don't know if the whole world knows this, but you come to LA and you think, oh, I'm going to get auditions, and then the hard part starts where I'm going to book a job.
Yeah.
No. They don't even want you to come into the room. They don't want to see you. They don't want to know about you. It's all you can do to be allowed to try.
It's hard enough to get a pizza in this town.
Yeah, it's tough to be a pizza guy.
You can't even get a job as a pizza
Was
guy.
there any story that was totally crazy but wasn't included in the film?
Oh, of course.
From your modeling days in LA. With all
Don't get her arrested.
From the modeling.
Yeah,
days. That's a good question.
Stay within the the legal parameters of our conversation.
Our movie is getting arrested is a major plot point.
I in LA, I didn't. Was it any crazy story? I must admit that was like a boring part of my life. I did not really like being a model. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Being a model is boring.
I know.
I think we've broken a story.
Yeah.
I found the irony funny in that statement.
No. I don't know.
I believe
I
you.
just simply, you know what it is.
All right, so you never killed a guy or
I'm gonna
anything.
say this is the craziest story. This is the truth. By
Okay.
the way.
Okay.
And this is not in the film.
This is when I decided. No, this is
Okay.
when I decided. You know what? I can't take this seriously. I was in New York. I'm recommended to one of the biggest photographers by his rep, who represents Mario Testino, all the biggest photographers in New York City. Like they're shooting covers of the biggest top models.
Right.
The guy is my friend. The photographer knows that I'm recommended by him. So you would think he would have some respect, right?
Sure.
So I'm coming in. There's another pretty chick in there. This guy is hardly speaking English. He's from somewhere from, I believe it was Hispanic or something like that, probably South America. It was for, I believe, Vogue in one of these foreign countries. So I'm coming in. As she leaves the door, he jumps on me and tries kissing me.
Hello? Is he kissing you? Hello. Maybe he's greeting you.
And I'm like,
Europeans do that all the time.
Are you kidding me?
What did he
I
think?
was
His
like-
buddy set you up on a date?
No, but
He thought that's
can
the
you imagine
normal-
what he does with girls?
Yeah, man.
And
They're
they
just
put
sent
up
by a
with
modeling
it 'cause
agency.
they don't
I
know.
said, you know what? I this is a little too much for me. You know?
Oh,
I know.
You
I know
think?
people do.
Yeah.
Did you
People will
push him
do
off?
things to.
We're both.
That's
Did you push him off
modeling,
of you?
yeah.
Well, you know, he was like twice shorter than
Of
me, so it was
course.
easy just to kick him in the balls. You know.
Good.
Did you actually kick him in the balls? No. You did kick him in the balls?
I just kind of threw him away.
Good for you. Did you leave right away?
Yeah, of course.
Good
Well,
girl.
There's nothing to talk about.
Said no, thank you.
Well, you're a tall
I'm
drink
sorry.
of water. You could take care of a
I'm
photographer,
sorry,
I
but
think.
that's
Yeah.
I
that's
wouldn't mess
really
with him.
That's so messed up.
I knew I should have been a
It's a
photographer.
modeling story. You know?
It's amazing to think it trickles down to that guy, the power grab you can have in the modeling business. Like if you run the magazine, you could maybe walk around, throw a little attitude like you think everyone should sleep with you. But even the photographer is
trickling
like,
down
I
all
deserve
over the
this
place.
kiss.
no. They just that's like.
That's
Yeah, that's normal. You know, there's another one coming in. Let me see what I can do with this one. Oh, third one.
That's
whatever,
the
you know.
biz, kids.
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
these are the
oh my
kinds of
God.
people we went after in
Good.
this movie. We demonstrate.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on here.
Good. I'm glad that you roast those sacred cows, those people that feel like they're
Yeah.
untouchable, but you're able in your movie to say, this is what these people do, this is what the casting people do, this is what happens whenever you're in an audition situation. Things that, they call these like cliche casting couch and stuff for a reason. That stuff really happens.
Right.
Yeah, rip everybody a new asshole. I mean, what are you going to do? Not get cast in another movie? You're not even an actor.
Right.
I think this will be fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
You'll be fine.
So not to sit here and be like that hipsterish kind of, how do you say, the stereotype, ooh, I'm bitter about the industry.
Right.
That's not the deal.
No.
We're just showing some things that we went through and we know to be true. There's a lot of outstanding people in the industry.
Yeah.
Legitimate, valid people. I mean, not speaking as if I'm somebody in the industry. I'm just, who am I?
You're not even
I'm in
an
this
actor.
movie. I'm not even,
He's barely a pizza delivery guy.
But no, it's true. We did a lot of commentary here. I did my time as a pizza guy.
That's
I
hard
did my
work.
time.
Do you know it's the most dangerous job in America?
Yeah.
More
serious?
pizza delivery guys die than police officers.
Really?
In the line
You're
of
kidding.
pizza
You're
duty.
blowing
No.
my mind right now.
See, because I heard that
Nice preparation on this interview.
I heard that waiting tables was the
definitely-
most stressful job
you definitely
in the
That
country.
and air traffic controller.
More so than
Right.
than inner city school teacher and astronaut.
Oh.
Yeah, but astronauts, that's all
People help you when you're an
conspiracy
astronaut.
stuff anyway,
Yeah.
right?
You don't think
Who
they're going
knows
into
what's
space?
really going
No,
on?
they're just in a studio in Burbank.
They're actors more so
Can you
than me,
imagine?
right?
First of all the waiters, they probably don't want to be waiters. And then they have somebody telling them they're doing a bad job. So that's already
I am one of those people. If they do a bad job,
super
hey,
stressful.
guys, I'm going to make a comment, yeah.
So where does the title
I
come
served
from?
food for people for years.
He's
I'm
ranting.
done.
He's
I'm
ranting.
sorry.
I could never do that because I would cry. I know I would go to somebody's table and I would mess up and I'd cry and I wouldn't know what to do. And I'd
You
get
should
back.
cry.
I'd be so scared.
You should cry all over their salty tears all over their salad if they're
I'd
giving
be
you a hard
so
time.
bad at it.
I don't know.
No, it's true.
This guy's trying to conduct an interview.
There's no order here. There doesn't need to be order here.
It's the end of the world, right?
No, it's true.
Right, that's
Exactly.
Is that the deal?
This is
Yeah,
it.
things aren't
After
going
this
well
interview,
outside.
you're the last interview.
Ever.
So enjoy yourself.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, see?
Uh-oh. Wait, did you
The
feel
mountains
that?
are collapsing. It's all crazy. It's all sorts
Yeah,
of stuff.
check Facebook. They probably think there's an earthquake. Whoa. All right.
Yeah. I'm not even going to act.
Did you just pull a Star Trek?
Well, we felt it more over here.
We
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
It rolls through the room.
I don't want to show how.
Yeah, it rolls through the room. But now, how do you get the title like L.A. Superheroes? Because what you're telling me is one
good
story, and
question.
now this title seems to. How does that fit in?
Well, first of all, that was his idea, the title. And the reason why I stuck with it is because I feel that it's relating to an important premise in our movie, which is about not selling out. And how does that work is because anybody who comes to Los Angeles suffers, works hard, and doesn't sell out and give up is a superhero, basically.
Oh, that's nice.
That's kind of the
That's
concept.
really that's great. That's really true. Because I mean, here we are at the Admirals Club doing whatever we want because we are not selling out. We will make our snow dog jokes, and you will like it.
Absolutely.
We wanted to tell a story. We want to tell stories, and do some stuff. We don't want to get hooked into an underground Hollywood sex dungeon.
At least
behind
not
the
this
glass
week.
Okay,
doors,
no, I would like to put
you
out there
know?
that I'm okay with that.
Nah.
Should anyone be listening?
No weird shit. No, I'm not going to do anything just for some money, man. I'm not going to do, which is why you never heard of me.
Right.
But
Okay, wait a minute.
whatever, man. We're fine with that. We got to make our movie, hopefully make some more.
Let's get on to
That's
you.
what the LA superhero.
I want to get onto you for a second though, because I got a
Get
clip
on
here.
to me, big dog.
I got a clip here from the movie.
Get all over me.
And I think everyone can relate to this movie, this scene from this movie. I'm just going to play it, and then you tell me, because it's called The Parking Ticket. Okay. In L.A., you kind of get that.
Sign says no parking after 4 on Wednesday. Where does it say that? Over there. Where over there? What, in the bush? Oh, okay. You mean 3 blocks down. Okay, how am I supposed to figure that out? Come on, man. You got signs over other signs contradicting the other signs. How the fuck are you supposed to figure out where you can and cannot park? And $70? Why is it so fucking expensive? It's fucking street cleaning. Some garbage. Can I get a break here, man? Can you let me off? Man, please. 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 Sorry. Once it's filled out, it's too late. You fucking cocksucker. You fucking stormtrooper. You fucking reptilian. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking to you, you fucking asshole. Fuck you. Woo! Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
That's it.
That's coming from a very real place, isn't it?
I'm not acting.
It's not acting.
I'm not acting, man.
I
Come
do
on.
have a question, though. Is that the same sweet talk you gave the cop about the jaywalking ticket?
No, cop is different.
This is a parking attendant. Right?
That's a parking cop.
yeah.
That's a parking cop.
You know what? I totally
It's based on a real beatdown, verbal beatdown I administered to that gentleman.
good for you. I came out to my car one time and it was exactly the thing you're talking about.
Right.
I had a ticket and I was like, oh, son of a bitch, I thought I read the sign. So I went back and I looked at the sign. It was like that sign in the beginning of MASH where it has all the different ways you could go and how many
It is like
miles.
that.
There's
Yeah.
like 6 different things. And
Contradicts the other
they
one.
all
See,
contradict.
that's how it is. It's
and
not an
the
exaggeration.
most annoying part, and the part I should have realized, is at the very bottom, really small. It said, "No parking anytime."
Oh,
yeah, right.
Very
right.
small. Very
Why didn't
small.
they have a huge
So
They
why
should
do you
take a
have
bow with
one?
these people.
all the other.
Unbelievable.
So I have this theory about moving to LA. So how long have you been in LA, Yelena?
About like 12 years.
12
now.
years.
I'd like to hear this.
Same.
I've been here 10 years.
10 years. So I have this belief that when you first move to LA, you should take $260 and just put it in your sock drawer. And that'll be your parking ticket
Yeah,
money
right.
for the first 6 months.
That's
then,
good.
And then after 6 months, they just magically leave you alone. I have not gotten another ticket after the first. It's like, oh,
That's
he's
true.
been
You
here
should
long
write a
enough.
musical or something based on that theory.
I moved to a very small place.
I hate
when
musicals, but I would go see that one.
That's the best method, I think, to tell a parking ticket
sorry.
No,
story.
it's okay. And I was thinking I was paying a small rent. It was like $400, and I had another $300 of parking tickets.
Oh yeah.
I thought I was gonna.
Now I've been let off from parking tickets. Not all of them are.
But
I've never
I
heard of
have
anyone.
been.
How did you do that?
It's true. Some of them aren't.
I've never.
How can I say this without crossing any lines?
Well, moving violations I've gotten out of, but parking I haven't. Yeah.
Me either.
Live in Beverly Hills. They are the greatest parking enforcement if you live in Beverly Hills.
What?
If
Yeah.
they take care of their own.
Right.
I've gotten out of 3 parking tickets when I lived in Beverly Hills because you live here? Oh,
That's
okay.
interesting.
You're one of us. You're in the club. Have you ever been to their post office? They have like cocktails and hors d'oeuvres. It's people.
That's a
I've
good
been there,
one.
but they never
That's a
pardoned
good
me
one.
because I didn't live in Beverly Hills.
That's a good one.
I got
Anyway,
a ticket in Beverly Hills.
That's
but I
one of the
didn't live
elements, based on a true story, and the naked freaks and the.
There's
girl
naked freaks
falling- yes,
in the movie?
and-
Don't give away the
Oh
money
wait, but
shot.
I know what you're saying, but naked freaks might actually get a few more seats filled.
A
And,
lot
you
of
know,
true pizza stories.
Pizza guy stories.
naked
couple
pizza
of 'em.
freaks. And you went with LA superheroes?
I know, that's a great name for
Yeah.
a movie.
Well, there's a sequel in the works.
Naked pizza freaks.
Pizza.
So I do want to ask real quick, how you got a theatrical release. How is it you were able to manage NoHo Lemley, which is not a small, unrecognizable
And also
theater?
AMC Burbank 8.
All right.
We're
great.
opening.
That's
Yeah, we're
great.
opening against Brad Pitt's movie. Technically
Monstering.
speaking,
You
and the
can
kids
get 'em.
movie.
You go.
Yeah, I think we got a shot.
I think
to
you do
outgross,
too.
That would be.
Did you have any reshoots
being facetious? But.
of
You
the
know what?
of the
They
of
were-
LA?
Okay, this is what
superheroes?
happened. We shot the movie in 17 days. But we had to shoot when everybody was available because this was a guerrilla style shoot. So it took us a few months to complete the shoot, even though it was only 17 days shoot, which is kind of standard for like an independent movie shoot. Like, and that's.
Did we lose a question in there? How did it get
How did
released?
it get released? Yeah. Well, we did it ourselves. We contacted Lemley Theaters. They liked our project. They've been actually very good at advertising it on their main page, and
other
our
indie-
trailer has been trailing on all the big movies, Iceman, Hangover 3. Now
Oh,
for
you
a
mean
month.
right before it?
For after
Right, like a
for
regular, like a
month.
trailer
cool.
trailer.
Very cool.
Yeah, and AMC, our booker, this guy called Jim Schramm, he was able to book it at one AMC. We thought of releasing it in a couple more theaters, but I felt because of the limited advertising power, because we don't have much
Another
funds,
answer is we're lucky enough to have some financing available. Is that appropriate to put it that way?
But even the financing, it wasn't. It was all in house,
Right.
From whatever.
We-
you know,
yeah,
it was,
there's, perhaps.
Alexander Potter, who is a producer and co-director, he pretty much financed the whole movie.
He
so-
managed it somewhat
Yeah.
miraculous,
Somewhat.
Now
as far as I
you
understand.
started a production company with him about 5 years ago, right?
Yeah, we did because I wrote the script about Life of Greta Garbo, called Loveless, and the reason I did that is because everybody was telling me I look like this actress Greta Garbo.
She
and
does
my hair is
brunette,
longer.
yeah.
I could see
And-
your
and I-
profile.
Yeah, well, if you and what happened, but of course, because I'm not a famous big star in Hollywood, I probably wouldn't get a chance to play her if I don't write my own script.
Yep.
So that's what happened. And the reason I wrote it, it wasn't just because I look like Garbo, I want to play Garbo, but I just found a lot of things that were personal to me in her life that I felt it would be good to expose on a big screen. And script has a lot of integrity and guts, and I like that. And I feel I can portray her very well, and that's why I did it. And that's a movie almost happened. We had some A-list directors and actors attached, and it almost happened, but they asked me to step down at one point because they needed somebody else to raise more money, and I said,
"You want to put a name in there?"
I told him to jump in a lake. So
good for you. That is a bunch
Kept
of
the
BS.
movie.
It's your movie.
Kept the story.
Kept the story. So that's going to be my next project.
Good for you. That's how you have to do your own vehicle. You have to be the new Vin Diesel.
So this movie,
That's what I'm saying. You make your own way.
This movie about nefarious crime meets the acting and modeling world is just laced with anti-authoritarian, all over the place.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, from your anti-parking rant to telling people to go take a flying leap with the old. Like that.
Well, models have to stick up for themselves. Nobody else is doing it.
Yeah, models have to stick up for themselves.
Yes.
No, you're right.
Why do you think Tyra Banks throws phones?
That's Naomi Campbell.
Right.
Anyway.
I tried.
That's the most racist thing you've said in a while.
Shut up. I just couldn't remember her name.
No, what you just said is racist, sir.
There you go.
I don't
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Now look at this. Now, a percentage of the revenue from LA Superheroes will go to help struggling immigrants through the St. James ESL. It's English as a second language program, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then CHIRLA, CHIRLA.org, which is an immigrant rights foundation as well.
In Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Did they help you first time around in your real life
actually,
career,
no,
or
this
did you
is
just?
what happened. When I made this film, I wanted to, because I really struggled. I had a hard time because I couldn't get my papers. It took me 17 years to get my green card. Wow. 17 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it's
in the meantime, you're just bringing money to the country and
but dealing with a lot of
building a job and
it's just I went through quite a bit. So I just wanted to give back. I wanted to help. I that's the reason I contacted them, because I felt that they help immigrants. I saw what they were doing, and I just want to give a percentage of revenue to them, because if I can help even 1 or 2 immigrants, people they're struggling, they're here to work honestly, to do a good job, and to have a good life, I would be happy with that. So that's why that's the story behind that.
All right, well,
we're trying to do stuff here.
Yeah.
You're trying to do. We're not just. We don't want to make some money and do the next movie and build statues of ourselves.
That will come later.
Forget about that.
That'll come after you die.
You keep the work good, and they'll build the statue for you.
That's right.
That's
right.
Yeah. Anyway, not to try to jump on with. I'm just trying to. I support it.
All right, well, let's one more time. LA Superheroes Illegal in Hollywood opens in the NoHo 7 Theater in North Hollywood on June 21st. You can go to LASuperheroesTheMovie.com for more information, including cast and crew profiles and future screenings and all that stuff. So a round of applause for Yelena and Alex. And we're going to go out with Alex because
thank you guys.
Not only was he occasionally walking past the frame in the feature, but he also...
they call that wiping.
Yes, he not only did he wipe the movie... He was a transition in the movie.
The human transition.
Yeah. Whenever they needed to change locations, he just walked by. But he was a composer as well.
I scored the film.
Excellent.
I did score the film.
Is your first one?
Yes.
Jumping right in.
Absolutely.
The scene we listened to with the...
I scored all of the music.
No, I was going to ask who did the cop one. That's nice.
Thank you.
Was
yeah,
that you?
I did do that.
That was nice. No,
I
it
scored the
sounded great.
entire soundtrack. I'm a musician. I'm not an actor.
No, it sounded good.
You'll see. You check this stuff out. You'll see what we're up to here with LA Superheroes.
Okay. I thought you were saying, check the movie out. You'll see I'm a musician.
This movie is proof I am no actor.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But we're gonna
we'll get some Zisiades haters, right? Like another fellow
There we go. Here's the music.
Some songs here.
All right, so we're going to take this out. And remember, go see LA Superheroes. Support independent film. We here at the Movie Guys love when people are making indie films and when people are going to see it. So check out the NoHo 7 and the Burbank 8 here in the LA area. And hopefully, points beyond after that.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you very much for
show.
Thank you once again for tuning in to another edition of the Movie Showcast. Together, we are the Movie Guys. Individually, we are
Cameron Volpe.
Sometimes work.
Follow us on Twitter at The Movie Guys and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Movie Guys, as well as on YouTube iTunes, SoundCloud. We're on Vine. Technically, we're on Instagram. We don't do much there, but you can find us. Google Plus. I signed us up.
Oh, good. Well,
I'll check and see if we have any messages.
What does it matter?
Yeah, this is probably the end of the world, but I'm glad you spent it with us.
It's been nice playing with you, gentlemen.
We're on LinkedIn.
It's been nice.
Jesus Christ. And all that shit, so it's tiring, really, to follow all the social networking. So thanks to Yelena Popovich, actor and man of all trades, Alexander Zisiades, and of course Steve Scholes for his writing contributions to the show every week. And remember, you can find us at themovieguys.net. Thanks for listening. Jesus Christ.
Might be time to
I'm
just...
out.
I'm going to take my chances with the zombies.